Alright, so in chapter 7, which is our next chapter, we're going to be dealing with all the properties of exponents and how to use them, how to work with them, and all of that. So, in the first section, we're dealing with multiplication or multiplying exponents. So, looking at these examples here, we have the first one being x times x times x times x. So we know that there are 4 of those x's. So we could say that that is equal to x to the 4th power. Okay, looking at the next example, we'll see that there's different letters. We have our a's, we have our b's. So collectively what we're going to say is there are 2 a's, or a to the 2nd power, and there are 2 b's, b to the 2nd power. Now it's not to be confused with 2 times b or anything like that. We're dealing with exponents in this case. Okay, the next one. Think about how this would work out. X squared times x to the 6th power. It's really like x times x and then 6 more times. Count up all our x's. And it looks like we have 8 of them. Okay, and then the last one. See if we can make sense of this. There'll be 3 of the a's, 2 more a's, 1 b, and 4 more b's. So I'm looking at an answer of a to the 5th times b to the 5th. Okay, looking at this pattern, it seems like the exponents are just telling us to add things together and collect them all. So the conclusion would be, and I'll write it in like a general form, if we have x to some number, so I'm going to replace that with an a for now, it could be any number, times x to another power, that's just equal to x times a plus b. In other words, as long as the base is the same, so the base in this case is the x's, then we simply multiply powers together by adding the exponents. Kind of like what we did here with the a3, a2, and the b1, b4. Okay, so let's take a look at some examples on the next slide, and then I'll have you guys try some out on your own. Okay. So looking at the first one here, for part A, I see 4 x's, I see 2 y's, so we're going to have x to the 4th y squared. Okay, looking at, I'll just pick a couple here, I'll have you guys do the rest. So look at the harder one, letter G here. So in this case, we just have to be careful. The numbers that we multiply together are still just going to be numbers multiplied. And then the variables or the letters, we have to use the new rule. So we have negative 4 times 3 times 2. Negative 4 times negative 3 is 12. Times 2 is 24. So that's all my number stuff. Now I'm going to start collecting my variables. X, x cubed, and another x makes 5 of those. So that's 24 times x to the 5th. And then we have y squared and y to the 3rd, which is y to the 5th. Alright, so now you guys can pause this video and work on the example problems that are left on this slide.